Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Coming at you with a brand new knife review. This is the Kershaw Interstellar. And despite what it looks like, no, this is not an EDC bottle opener. The bottle opener is actually one of its features. And it's a pretty wide bottle opener. Yep, it's useful as a bottle opener. Okay, and that's actually on the butt end of the knife. Moving on, you have the handle, which is glass-filled nylon polymer. Although up here, this darker portion in the middle, that's metal. Not sure what kind of metal, wasn't able to find that out. There you have the Kershaw name. And this is probably the skinniest, tiniest clip I've ever seen on a Kershaw knife, and it's one position only. That position, well, let's bring the knife out. So, yeah, that one position is going to be technically tip-up carry, because that tip is up and that clip is down. But as you guys just saw, this is not a traditional folding knife. This is a manual out the front knife. Nothing automatic about it. There's no button you can push that makes this blade swing out. And as you can see, it's a black oxide, I'd guess technically stone-washed Tonto blade with partial serrations. Blade length 2.7 inches, and yes, as usual, specs in the description box below. Check that out when the video is over. Now, I'm going to start out with something I normally save for the end of my videos when it comes to certain knives. This knife, who is it for? Unfortunately, sometimes locks fail, and when they do, that very sharp blade can come right down on your fingers. Now, contrary to popular belief, you're not really going to have an issue where that blade is going to cut off a finger or two or three. No. Realistically, you're going to suffer a bad cut, and after you're done with your visit to the hospital, you can expect a lifetime of nerve damage in whichever finger took the brunt of the blade. And that's just unfortunate, but it happens. Thankfully, with modern day knives, it happens a lot less. So let's say you're someone who had a really bad experience with a folding knife in which the lock failed on you. First of all, genuinely sorry that happened to you. Second of all, well, this might be the ideal, for lack of a better word, folding knife for you, since the blade folds, or I guess a better word would be tucks into the handle. Now, this is a sliding button lock, not to be confused with a more traditional button lock design. It sticks out a bit, as you can see. You push down and then slide it forward. And when you're sliding it forward, there are no stops along the way. It stops at the end of the handle, and this sliding button lock pops up, and now you are locked in. Yep, you're locked in. All good. Is it a particularly strong lock mechanism? Well, that depends on which lock mechanism you're comparing it to. If we're talking about a frame lock, no, this is not as strong as a frame lock. But, I mean, considering how short that blade is, this is not designed for heavy-duty work. This is a cool or tactical looking EDC knife with a very functional bottle opener on the end. And I really wish they hadn't put it there, because the length of the handle, even though it's 4 1/4 of an inch long, when you have it in hand like this, those last 2 fingers, I mean, they're barely making contact with anything at all, as you can see. So this ends up being in a grip like this, mostly a 2-finger grip with your thumb on top. And even though it looks like there's jimping back here, that's mostly for show. There's no jimping up front. There's no jimping on the spine of the blade. I mean, this is definitely a tactical looking knife designed for people who, well, had a bad accident with a traditional folding knife with a lock mechanism, and they don't want to carry anything like that. As far as the light duty to occasional medium duty work that you would put this knife through, yeah, that lock is definitely strong enough. I have not had it fail on me. And the good news is, if it does fail on you, what's going to happen? Oh, blade gets retracted back into the handle. So that is definitely some good news right there. Going forward, yeah. I really wish this was available without that bottle opener feature. If this was solid, such as from here over here, if that was solid and the same length, that would really help with grip. In terms of being slippery, oh yeah, there's no checkering on this polymer handle. There's no real traction on this handle scale. So yeah, if your hands are a bit slick, be careful using this knife, especially with that handle, with that bottle opener feature, compromising grip. And yeah, I really wish this was available with a more, well, either a clip point or spear point design to make it easier for resharpening if you decide this might be a good EDC knife for you. Because honestly, it's one blade style, just a Tonto point, not the best blade shape for EDC purposes, Again, Kershaw definitely put a lot of stock into making this thing look cool. And for the most part, they succeeded, but it does compromise this knife's usefulness as an EDC tool. And I really wish this clip had more than one position. I mean, I get it. There's no place to put it on this handle scale, but they could have put it over here, especially if they deleted the bottle opener feature. And another issue of that bottle opener feature, in many jurisdictions, you will find laws that make it illegal to carry or sometimes even own a knife that is intentionally disguised to look like something else, specifically a more harmless product. And if this was just placed on a table, what does that look like? It looks like a bottle opener with a carry clip. Okay, so you've got a nice EDC bottle opener for all the drunks out there. But in all seriousness, even though a lot of knife laws are very silly, they are on the books and they do get enforced, unfortunately. And from a glance, especially if you place this on a table, I mean, that blackened blade tucked away on the inside, this looks like a clip-carried EDC bottle opener. And in some jurisdictions, this can cause problems that have laws against knives being made to look like something else. I don't think Kershaw intentionally set out to make this look like just a bottle opener, but that's what you end up with this. Again, another reason why I wish they had deleted the freaking bottle opener. I mean, there's really no reason for a bottle opener on an EDC blade. Maybe something like a Swiss Army knife or a multi-tool. Okay, fine. You can fit that in there. That's fine. But on a dedicated EDC knife, yeah, there's no reason for that. And again, in certain jurisdictions, this will get you in trouble because in the closed position, this just looks like an EDC bottle opener. That's it. So you have to watch out for that. The good news is if you live or work in a jurisdiction in which gravity knives are highly illegal, well, there's no way to drop the blade straight down. You have to make a dedicated press and then push it all the way forward. Like if you stop part of the way, as you can see, it's not falling down. So this is definitely not a gravity knife. And also, because it's an out the front that doesn't use gravity, doesn't use a button that shoots out the blade, another good thing. Even though this doesn't have a damn thing to do with gravity knives that solely use gravity to cause the blade to come out, you will find a lot of jurisdictions, especially back in the day in New York City, where you will have officers who will stand there and to determine whether or not they're about to confiscate some citizen's gravity knife, they will hold it in their hand and they will try to flick it open. Try to flick it open like they're suffering from Tourette's or something. It's so ridiculous. And it's standard practice, which is stupid because if you can flick a knife open just by flicking your wrist or your arm, that's not a gravity knife. Hello? Gravity. But it happens all the time. And I can tell you this, back in the day, a lot of individuals had their knives confiscated because their gravity knives could be flicked open. And some of them had worse. Confiscation, huge fines, or, yeah, you're going to jail. Wait a minute, I don't have a criminal record. Well, you do now, sorry. Shouldn't have carried that gravity knife that this officer was finally able to flick open after standing on a street corner for 20 seconds. Oh, by the way, now he has wrists sprain because of you. Yeah, you're going to jail. It happened. That is not going to happen with this design. I mean, yeah. There's a tiny bit of rattle, but it's to be expected. You can't make a mechanism like this completely tight. Otherwise, you're going to have the edge of the blade grinding on the inside of the handle every time you open it and then retract it. So yeah, your jurisdiction has severe gravity knife laws in place. No worries with the Kershaw Interstellar. And yeah, I mean, this is another thing I really don't like. You have a black knife, black handle scale, black clip. It's a low profile clip, as you can see. It comes all the way to the top. But what the hell's the point of having a low profile clip if you're going to put your freaking company logo or name right on the clip in white lettering? Yes, so this is clipped to the top of your pants pocket. It's a low profile clip with rather obvious white lettering. What the hell, Kershaw? And I admit, I am a Kershaw fanboy. Yes, their customer service tends to be worthless, but everything else, I mean, you find some excellent bargains in Kershaw's vast lineup. But this stupid practice right here, yeah, we're going to give it a nice low profile carry clip. We're going to make it black, black knife, black handle, black clip. Oh, hold on while we put our white logo on the black clip. Come on. Come on, seriously? This is the sort of nonsense that really ticks me off, and it's not just Kershaw doing it. So this is something where you take a few folded up sheets of typewriter paper, place the clip over it, and then spray paint that logo black. Or remove the clip entirely and spray paint it black. But the trick with using folded up sheets of typewriter paper, insert that underneath the clip, have the clip on the outside, spray paint that logo black. Now you have an actual low profile knife with a low profile carry clip. And if you have black pants, this becomes invisible. How nice. But yeah, come on. I'm sick of seeing nonsense like that. Ugh, what's the point? Seriously. After all, on this side, yeah, there's your logo on this side. You don't need to put it on the freaking clip. Come on, guys. What are you doing? I mean, overall, aesthetically, very nice looking knife. Unfortunately, rather than concentrate on pragmatism, Kershaw went full-on tactical with this one. Still, for light duty to occasional medium duty cutting tasks, Yeah, this works well. And with a 2.7-inch blade, again, if you are in a particularly strict jurisdiction, that blade under 3 inches. And it's not symmetrical. Definite positives for the Kershaw Interstellar. So, do I recommend it? It gets a partial recommendation from me. If you're someone who does not want to deal with a folding knife possibly coming down on your fingers, possibly causing you nerve damage, maybe because it's already happened to you, this would make a very good choice. Is it a heavy-duty knife? No. And you don't have any options as far as blade shape goes. But overall, if you're looking for a really good manual out the front folding knife that's going to be legal in a lot of jurisdictions in America, this is definitely worth considering. The Kershaw Interstellar. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please stay safe out there. Yes, unfortunately, it's still dangerous, and it looks like it's going to be for a very long time. Please take care. I'll see you guys soon.